Okay, I've got a 2013 Ford Escape here, and it's got the 1.6 liter turbo. Just put a new transmission in it, and I was getting this transmission fault, service transmission now warning. Now, the transmission itself was shifting absolutely perfectly. There was no issues there, and couldn't figure out what exactly was causing this transmission fault. Now, I did go in, I had some codes. I had a one of these bypass valves, if you know anything about these, and I'll show you where they're located in a minute, but I had a couple of codes for a bypass B and a bypass C, and then I had I think a coolant temperature sensor or something on there, but no transmission codes whatsoever. So we're going to go ahead and get the hood up here. I'm going to show you where these valves are located. Okay, so I've got the hood up here. I'm going to try to show you where these valves are located, and I've already had to shoot this once because I keep getting mixed up on what valves what, because we got 4 of them on here, believe it or not. So I've got them marked now, so we're going to try this again. Okay, so the valve that you'll always hear about people replacing on these things is this valve C. There's valve C right there. And so this one is always going out, and I've got a code for it right now. And so what we have is 4 valves all together. We've got one that is up here attached to our battery tray. You see I've got it marked there as A, and then we've got another one that is right here, and this is B. Now we have one more that's down here, and you can see the blue. This one's a little bit more difficult to get to, but it's right down there, and that is going to be D. So this valve up here, A, and this valve, B, are going to be tied to the transmission. Now, the C and the D are connected to the engine, so those won't give you an issue. But what had happened in my case, I was getting a code for this and a code for this one right here. So what had happened was I didn't have this connector in properly, and it was throwing that service transmission warning. Okay, and I have done research on these, and you can't find the information on these valves anywhere. Other than valve C, I couldn't find this information anywhere. Again, I mean, I know that there's somebody else that's come across this because I was doing a lot of research, and there was other people who were like, hey, my transmission is shifting perfectly, and I'm getting this transmission fault as soon as I crank it up. You know, they take it somewhere and they're like, hey, you need a transmission. So this is definitely an area you want to look at before you go to assuming that you need a transmission or need to start doing a lot of other work. Definitely take a look at this, because I know somebody has probably come across this where your transmission is shifting perfect, no issues, but you're getting this warning coming up to service your transmission on the startup. So again, over here, you know, we got A on the battery box, and we got B, and then you have C, and then down here D. Now these are directly tied to the engine, and they control the coolant there, and this one and this one over here are tied to your transmission. So either one of those you have issues, it's going to throw up some code or issue with the transmission. Okay, and like I said, I just wanted to do a video on this. As it turned out, it was my fault because I did not have that plugged in properly, and it was setting off this service the transmission warning. But you know, I wanted to put this information out here because it took me a week or so to figure out what was going on with this. So definitely, if you're getting this warning, check the codes, see if you're getting a code for that valve A or B, because those will throw up this service transmission warning. And I will leave the exact code in the description. I don't know them right off the top of my head. It's kind of a weird code, but I will leave those. So definitely, if you're watching this video, share this video and get this out there. This could help somebody else out, because I was very happy to figure this out, and because I thought I had all kinds of problems and I couldn't find any transmission codes, and I was, you know, fixing to get a hold of the tech people that I got the transmission from and try to figure something out here. So I'm glad to have solved this. So anyways, I hope this can help somebody else out. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, please share the video, and thank you for watching.